Hey foodies, thanks for watching. I've got my special guest Kevin here again, and we're going to make a flourless chocolate cake. Kevin, have you ever had a flourless chocolate cake before?
No, I have not.
They're really good. They're super rich in chocolate and cocoa. We've got eggs in it and sugar, all the things that a young man like you needs to grow. So we want to start by taking some melted butter, and we've got melted butter here, and I'm going to have you pour the chocolate chips right in, okay, yeah, and then I'm going to have you stir them up, okay, just to melt the chocolate chips. And I'm going to use that bowl in a minute. So are there any more lumps in there, Kevin?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, so let's pour that into the pot, into the bowl here.
Okay.
Yeah, here, we'll tip it the other way so the audience can see.
Okay.
Go this way. It's a bit awkward. There you go. Here, do you want me to use the spatula and scrape it out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at all that good stuff. So that's the chocolate. So that can go in the sink. Now we want to add our sugar. So you pour your sugar in.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that spatula out because we're going to be switching over to a whisk. Yeah. Okay. And the vanilla goes in. Yeah. And the salt. And we're using kosher salt today. I find kosher salt isn't as salty as a regular iodized salt. It's really quite nice. So typically if a recipe calls for salt, they're talking sea salt or iodized salt. So you can actually double up on the salt, but I like just using the same amount so it's not as salty. Okay, so you want to whisk that up a little bit. And while you're whisking that, I'm going to crack the eggs into a bowl. And it's important to crack your eggs into a separate bowl so that we can make sure there's no shells or anything like that going into the dessert. So there's one. That looks great. Two. Three. Okay, so that's well mixed. You keep stirring, and I'm going to do one egg at a time. You're going to whisk that all in. Make sure it's really well blended. That looks great so far. Okay, you keep going, and I'm going to put the next one in. That's great. Is your arm getting tired?
Yep.
Yeah? Do you want to switch?
I got this.
Okay.
Look up the strength.
Absolutely. Okay, one more egg. One that can go. That's looking pretty good. I don't know if we need that spatula. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little whisk just to make sure we get a bit of air in there. That looks great. You've done a good job. Okay, so we're going to stir this in, which is the cocoa. Okay, whisk that in. That's great. So I'm going to scrape the sides, and then you can whisk it a little bit more. And the reason why we want to scrape the sides is just to make sure we've got all the ingredients all mixed in really well. So this flourless fudge cake is going to remind you a lot of a chocolate brownie. It's really dense and gooey, and oh my goodness, it's so good. Okay, that looks great. Okay, so we're going to take that off. And because we put raw egg in this, I wouldn't recommend licking the whisk. No. So here, you put that in the sink, and we've got our pan here. And we're going to pour this right in, right?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. That looks good already, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and a little, get any air bubbles out. So this is going to go into our oven, Kevin. our oven is preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's going to go in for 25 minutes. Okay? So why don't we put that in the oven? I'll open the door. And you slide it in. There we go. Nice and warm in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we'll see you in about 25 minutes. Oh, look at that, Kevin. Doesn't that look good?
That looks really good.
It smells good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was in our oven for about 25 minutes. The internal temperature reading was about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the outside edge. And you can see there's a little bit of a crust there. Right? And that's what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down. So this is now going to become the bottom. So it's going to be quite nice. So we're going to flip it ever so carefully. And I forgot to mention, I buttered and put a bit of parchment paper in the bottom just so that it kept it from sticking. And that made it really easy to come out. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. And we've gone ahead and heated up some heavy cream. And we're going to pour the chocolate chips in there. So you pour them in, and then we're going to stir that up because we're making a glaze for the cake. Beautiful. So let's stir that up. And while you stir that, I'm just going to put the dishes away. Oh, that looks great, Kevin. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
So you might have noticed in here, we actually ended up switching the plate because the square plate was just causing the cake to bend up in the wrong spot. So we got a larger plate, and I think the gold looks good. We can leave that in there because what we're going to do is we're going to pour this glaze all over the chocolate cake. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Just let it drip down the sides. Oh my goodness. That looks pretty good.
Yes.
Okay, and then what we can do is we can take a little bit of icing sugar and we can just lightly dust just to give it that little bit of a fun look. So normally you'd let this set up for about a half an hour to 45 minutes to just let it set, but I know you and I know you're going to want to try this.
Yes.
So I think there's plates right beside you, and I'm going to go ahead and slice this. So what do you think, half for you and half for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And can you pass me the lifter? I'm going to do another slice. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. It's super dense, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to give this a try and see what we can do. Oh, okay. You tell them what you think, and I'll tell them what I think.
Okay. It's so delicious. I like how chocolatey and creamy it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
You know, I think I'm going to finish this piece, and it's going to remind me of something. And do you know what it's going to remind me of?
Chocolate cake.
No, it's going to remind me of more, because I'm going to want more.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to reading all of your comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.